Welcome to the Two Wars channel. In May 1944, a special unit of the Waffen SS called Jagdverband was created to carry out sabotage operations behind the lines of the Red Army. The staffing and operational leadership of Jagdverband was entrusted to the famous saboteur, SS Sturmbannfuhrer Otto Skorzeny. Jagdverband selected individuals who already had experience in sabotage and anti-partisan activities, from Abwehr, Zeppelin, Rodenburg 800, and SS Sonderkommandos. Specially created at the direction of Skorzeny, the saboteur terrorist school in Czechoslovakia trained them in sabotage work on railways and industrial enterprises, as well as in terror tactics against leaders of Soviet and party organs, and officers of the Red Army. The head of the sabotage and reconnaissance school was a career intelligence officer from Riga, Captain Herbert Gill. Russian groups were sent to the Baltic. Each of them was to create rebel sabotage units in areas recently liberated by the Red Army, prepare a network of agents for a long-term presence, and establish secret bases in the forest stocked with food, weapons, and ammunition. Who was selected by Otto Skorzeny for the Jagdverband? Those who were deeply entangled in blood and could no longer expect leniency from Soviet justice, so that they could be left behind enemy lines without fearing that they would surrender to the NKVD. And before I talk about the real work of these units, I asked you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss new videos. How did these provocateur saboteurs operate? Dressed in Red Army uniforms and armed with Soviet weapons, they would enter a village, where the residents were presumably connected to the partisans. If they encountered police officers, they would execute them on the spot for the sake of credibility. The saboteurs had such authority. The provocateurs presented themselves to the local residents as members of a Soviet special group sent to establish contact with the partisans, asking how to find their people. There were simple-minded individuals ready to help the Red Army. In doing so, they signed death sentences for themselves and the partisans, because immediately following the provocateurs, large forces of punitive units would arrive and cleanse the partisan region. Gill was captured by SMRSH counterintelligence of the 28th Army on May 20th, 1945, in Czechoslovakia. During the interrogation, he revealed that his reconnaissance school was designed for 800 cadets, but it was not fully staffed. He had only 120 people at his disposal. Otto Skorzeny and Alexander Auk, an SS Sturmbannfuhrer, was born in Petersburg before 1917 and migrated with his family to Germany. They promised to reinforce the school, but nothing came of it. According to Gilly, the infiltration into Soviet territory by Katerinburg was not completed. However, the unit received a huge supply of rations, weapons, and ammunition, including 3,000 kilograms of explosives, Panzerfausts, various types of mines, magnetic and delayed action devices, machine guns, grenades, silenced pistols, submachine guns, and more. Skorzeny ordered them to remain in Czechoslovakia, where the Red Army was already advancing, to engage in partisan activities against it. He told Gilly that there are military units of General Strachwitz remaining in the mountains, to which both the saboteurs and the Jagdverband will be subordinate, but never got to the partisan. In 1962, a woman approached the Pskov KGB office and told her story. She was traveling on a train and recognized the railway worker as a collaborator. During the war, she had seen him in her native village. The suspect was apprehended, and after a series of interrogations, he broke down. Moreover, the case for his search at the KGB had long been stagnant. Former Jagdverband fighter Pavel Gerasimov, nicknamed Sailor, named the surnames of his comrades. Some of them were found. At the same time, the commanders of the sabotage company Jagdverband found Igor Reshetnikov in a camp near Vorkuta. He was serving a 25-year sentence for espionage in favor of American intelligence services. In April or May 1945, Reshetnikov managed to make his way to the west, where the Americans showed interest in his candidacy. In the fall of 1947, he was sent with a special mission to the Soviet occupation zone, promising residency and then U.S. citizenship for carrying out the order. But Reshetnikov was caught. Gerasimov and Reshetnikov, both criminals with prior convictions before the war, tried to exonerate themselves. They shifted the main blame onto each other and on those comrades who were no longer alive. The sailor initially appeared as a witness in the case, portraying himself as a victim of circumstances.
Between them, during the face-to-face interrogations, there was a real squabble. However, they recalled everything, every tiny detail of each of their crimes.
Both former saboteurs from Jagdverband were executed in 1964, nearly 20 years after the war. What do you think about the combat readiness of this unit? Share your opinions in the comments, give a like, and subscribe to my channel. All of this will greatly help its promotion.